Anxiety, a feeling of unease, of tension in the body and worry in the mind. It's what happens when you sense danger or fear something might go wrong. It's not a weakness, it's biology. A surge of adrenaline and cortisol released when your brain thinks you're under threat. But here's the thing. Your brain doesn't need real danger to react. It just needs uncertainty. And in the modern world, uncertainty is everywhere. So, why does anxiety happen? Anxiety isn't weakness. It's biology. It's one of the oldest survival systems in the human body. Deep inside your brain lives an ancient alarm called the amygdala. It's a small, almond-shaped cluster of neurons, one on each side of the brain. Its job is simple: to detect danger and keep you alive. The amygdala is always on guard, scanning your world for anything that might signal threat. When it senses danger, a loud sound, a sudden movement, or even a stressful thought, it fires an emergency signal to the hypothalamus, a small command center at the base of the brain. That signal races through a chain of electrical and chemical reactions, activating your autonomic nervous system, the part that controls your body's automatic responses. In an instant, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart races. Your breathing quickens. Your muscles tense. You're ready to fight, run, or freeze. This is why anxiety feels physical, because it is. Your mind and body are wired to protect you, even from imagined threats. In a 2007 UCLA study, researchers discovered something remarkable. When people simply named what they were feeling, saying, "I feel anxious," activity in the amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm, began to drop. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the area just behind your forehead that handles thinking, planning, and self-control, started to light up. This technique is called affect labeling. When you put your feelings into words, your brain shifts control from the limbic system, the emotional part, to the prefrontal cortex, the logical, reasoning part. Language becomes the switch that turns emotion into understanding. This shift moves you from a reactive state to a reflective state. You see, emotional experiences are often messy and unclear. They start as jumbled sensations, a racing heart, a tight chest, an uneasy mind. They feel like chaos because, to your brain, they have no structure. But when you name what you feel, when you say, "This is anxiety," you activate the brain's language networks, which organize and give meaning to those sensations. That act of naming separates you from the emotion itself. The feeling loses its grip, its intensity fades. And in that moment of awareness, your brain helps you feel safe again. Science shows there are 3 proven ways to calm anxiety, each one simple, yet powerful. The first method is to name the feeling out loud. This technique is called affect labeling, and it's one of the most studied evidence-based ways to regulate emotion. When you feel anxious, your amygdala fires. That's your brain's primal alarm system. It sends signals to the hypothalamus, preparing your body for action. But when those signals are ambiguous, unclear, or uncertain, the brain interprets them as danger. By saying, "I have anxiety," you activate the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain just behind your forehead that handles reasoning and self-control. Labeling the feeling gives your brain context and structure. It might sound small, but saying, "This is anxiety," out loud tells your brain that you're aware of the feeling. And once you're aware, the feeling begins to lose its control. When you name what you feel, you engage the thinking part of your brain, and that helps calm the emotional part that's overreacting. Ambiguity decreases, predictability increases, and your body's stress response begins to settle. Language literally gives shape to chaos, helping the brain understand what's happening instead of fearing it. The second method is to breathe through it. Slow breathing tells your body, "You're safe." When you take long, steady breaths, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, you activate something called the vagus nerve. This nerve connects your brain to your heart and lungs. It helps slow your heart rate and quiets stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol is made by your adrenal glands, which sit right on top of your kidneys. It releases glucose, or sugar, from your liver into your blood, giving you a quick burst of energy to face danger. That's why, during stress, your body feels charged. or restless. Once the stress passes, cortisol levels should drop, allowing your body to rest and repair. But when they stay high, like with chronic stress or constant anxiety, your body never fully relaxes. That ongoing alert drains your energy, disrupts sleep, weakens your immune system, and even affects your mood. Over time, those systems stop getting the support they need. And that's when stress begins to make you tired, foggy, or unwell. You might crave comfort foods, like chocolate or ice cream, because your brain is searching for quick energy and calm. You might notice you get sick more easily and take longer to recover. But slow, steady breathing can turn that around. It's your body's built-in switch from panic to peace. The third method is to reframe it. When you ask yourself, what is my mind trying to protect me from? You activate the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, empathy, and big-picture thinking. This process is called cognitive reappraisal. It's a proven psychological technique, a core skill in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Reappraisal changes the way your brain interprets a stressful event. And when your interpretation changes, your emotional and physical responses change too. You shift control from the amygdala and limbic system, the emotional centers that trigger fear, to the prefrontal cortex, the reasoning center that brings calm and perspective. By moving attention from fear to curiosity, you switch off the body's fight or flight chemistry and turn on the circuits of focus and understanding. Adrenaline and cortisol fade. Dopamine and clarity rise. That's why reframing feels like regaining control, because in that moment, your chemistry has literally changed. And now you know how anxiety works, why it rises, and how to bring it back down. After all the science, the truth is simple. Your body isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do, and that's where real calm begins. Anxiety isn't something you fight. It's something you understand. It's your body's way of saying, I care what happens. When you learn to listen, to name, to breathe, to reframe, you begin to calm the alarm inside your brain. The amygdala, your internal warning system, starts to quiet. The prefrontal cortex, the part that reasons and reassures, takes back control. Your vagus nerve slows the rhythm of your heartbeat, and the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, begin to fade. This is why calm returns. It isn't magic. It's biology. Your body was never your enemy. It was trying to protect you. And when you understand its language, it finally feels safe enough to rest. Calm isn't the absence of fear. It's mastery within it.